Hey YouTube family, so I'm back with another story time, and this story time is about the time that I married my high school sweetheart and he cheated on me with my younger cousin. So I met my high school sweetheart when I was about 15 years old. We were the bestest of friends for a whole year. Usually I don't like guys that like me immediately. What makes me fall for a guy is the friendship, and we clicked. We were inseparable. We talked every night on the phone. First off, let me tell you, he got my phone number from the phone book. Now this shows my age, but back in the day when they used to have them phone books, them huge phone books, and he looked me up, and I thought that was weird, and I told him, if I didn't give you my phone number, don't call me. That's how I was in high school. I was kind of cold, but I just, if I didn't give you my phone number, I didn't want to talk to you. So he kind of, oh, it's a little gnat in here. I'm doing dishes while I'm talking to y'all. So anyways, I end up liking him and end up accepting his calls. We start talking. We spent a whole year just being best friends. And over the summer of my 10th grade year, well, me going into my 11th grade year being a junior, I turned 16. We officially became a couple. So when we arrived back to school for the new year of school, we were a couple, and people were completely shocked. And a lot of people didn't like it, especially a lot of the black guys. That's another story. They had an issue with me dating him because he was Mexican and white. So anyways, we dated throughout the rest of our high school years, junior and senior year. He was a year older than me, so he graduated a year before me. And I went to his prom, he went to my prom, and then when we graduated high school, we continued to date and be together. And then when I was 21, we got married. And I just thought that this guy, this man, I was going to be with him forever, because there was literally nothing that we could not do together. We were inseparable. And I'm not just talking about me, because usually it's the woman that's so clingy in the relationship, or that likes to be up underneath their man or whatever. But this guy loved to be with me. Like, he could not even go a day without hanging out with me or talking to me or anything. So I just never even, thought that we would never make it. So we got married, and a year after we got married, his parents started talking to me and us about having a baby. And I was like, no, I'm not ready. I'm scared of that whole thing. And I didn't know if I even wanted to have children anyways. Even though I got married, that didn't mean that I wanted to have children, So after them begging and begging, and they were much older parents than my parents, I thought about it, and I was like, well, we're married, do you want to? And he was like, yeah, he wanted to have a baby. So I thought, okay, well, if my man wants to have a baby, I guess it's safe for us to have a baby. So as I got pregnant, everything started going downhill from there. I got sick. Didn't know that I was the type of woman that when I got pregnant that I would get sick, severe morning sickness. So I was sick a lot. He didn't like that. And so I would go to my parents' house on the weekends, because, by the way, he was a skateboarder and I supported him. He was a sponsored skateboarder. As we went on in our relationship and our marriage, he got sponsored by a pro skateboarder, and it looked like he was going to make it into being a pro skateboarder. That's what I thought our life was going to be. I was going to be a wife of a pro skateboarder, and have this child. And we always hung out with skateboarders. We even went to lots of pro skateboarders' houses. I hung out with the wives and the kids and everything. So I just thought that's what my life was going to be. So while he was skateboarding, the times that I wasn't feeling well, I would go to my parents' house, and my younger cousin lived next door with her mother, and they would fight all the time. And she would come over to my mom's house crying, and me trying to be you know, the big cousin and be nice like my mom raised us. I tried to be there for her and comfort her, and offered her to come to my house on the weekends just to get away, you know, to stay the night, just to get away from, you know, all the situation that was, all the fighting and arguing that was going on with her and her mom. And so while she was spending the weekends with us, I guess I didn't see it happening behind my back. They started liking each other, and this was going on for months, but I didn't know, because nothing happened until the end of my trimester of my pregnancy, when it was about time for me to give birth to my daughter Paisley. That's who I was pregnant with. He decided that he didn't want me anymore, and that he told me that he was in love with my younger cousin, and that they were going to be together. And I'm like, what? Where did this come from? You know, not to mention, don't you realize you can go to jail? You're an adult. You're 24 years old and she's 16. Isn't that sick? You know? And he was just like, it don't matter. We're going to be together. She loves me. I love her. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? I just did not see this coming, like, at all. I was just like in so denial and just so confused, you know, because I'm up here 9 months pregnant, and, you know, my husband's telling me that he's going to go be with my younger cousin who's 16 years old. And I just was like so heartbroken, you know, I just couldn't believe, you know, and it was true. And she even backstabbed me as well. Come to find out, she didn't really even care for me as her cousin. And she turned on me, and she called me and told me that she was going to be with my man, my husband, and there's nothing that I could do about it, and too bad. And I was just like, oh, you little heifer. If I see you, you know, I was just like, if I see you, you know, because after this time, well, I'm skipping ahead. So I go in to give birth to Paisley, and right after I give birth to her, he leaves. He's like, I'm out. I'm going to go be with her. He left me right after I gave birth to our child in the hospital by myself. And he was running back and forth with her and being with her. And the sick thing about it is my aunt, which is one of my mom's sisters, who, you know, my ex-husband was running after, she went along with all of it. She was helping them be together. They were at her house because, you know, the girl, my cousin, was a minor, so she didn't have her own place, and she was okay with it. So it was like my aunt and my cousin were really not like my family. They did not care about me at all, and I never knew that they were that evil and that backstabbing and disloyal to me. But yeah, she went along with it, and he was over there all the time with her and picking her up from work and doing all this stuff while I'm at home with our newborn baby. So one day he comes home and he tells me that I have to go. If I don't leave, he's gonna hurt me and the baby. And he actually pulled a gun on me. And I was just like, are you kidding me? You know, are you seriously want to be with my younger cousin that bad that you trying to get rid of me and our daughter? Like, what did I do to you? And I was begging him. And at that time, I was so young. Like, I really hate the woman that I was back then. I am nothing like that. But I begged him to work things out. And I was just so broken, you know, because I just couldn't believe that he could do that to me, betray me like that. And one day I woke up and realized that he didn't want me or the baby anymore. So I called my parents and I asked my dad to come get me, and I packed up my stuff while he was at work, and I left, and I never looked back. I never looked back. And I say, I took him, I filed for divorce and everything, and his parents begged me to stay with him and to work it out, and they said that he wanted to get back together, and I told them I would never trust him again. There is nothing that he could ever do or say to make me ever try over again with him. He's disgusting, for one. He's messing around with my younger cousin. That is against the law, for one. And then for two, you're cheating on me with my own family member. How could I ever trust you? And I just was so hurt. It was such a dark time for me. being back at home. I hadn't been back home with my parents since I was a teenager. I moved out when I was 18. I had to start all over again with a newborn baby, and I didn't know where my life was headed. I just did not know, but all I knew is that I had this beautiful life that Jesus blessed me with, a little beautiful little princess named Paisley, and all I knew was that every day waking up to her face just kept me going every single day. And I am so grateful. You know, the Lord knows what he's doing. He blessed me with her, even though I didn't think I ever wanted to have children, but he knew that I needed her to get through what was ahead of me. And who would have thought that that would have been my husband was cheating on me and left me for my younger teenage cousin. And the sad thing about it was that their relationship, from what I was told on the outside, because her brother confided in me about it, and he wasn't very happy to see that my husband was over there. They started fighting. He was stalking her. She claimed he started acting crazy with her like he was acting with me, and she tried to get away from him. And their relationship did not last long at all. And I guess after that fizzed out and they had all the sex they could have and hanging out and doing whatever they did, then he thought he was going to get me and my baby back. But he had another thing coming, because even as weak as I was then and as young as I was then, I was not that weak enough to go back to somebody who would stoop that low and be that disgusting to cheat on me with my own young cousin. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to share with you guys the time that my high school sweetheart cheated on me with my younger cousin and left me for my younger cousin. If you guys like these story times, give it a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what you think about this story time, and if you would like more story times. And continue to watch, please, and don't just watch, please subscribe to my channel and tell everyone you know about Life with Joyce Nicole. And I will see you guys in another story time. God bless.